Alright, on this video I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools in Practix, and that's the auto replace option. Now, part of the reason we've got Practix here is it's going to speed up the way we write our notes incredibly. And one of the main tools that we use to do that is with the auto replace. Now, auto replace essentially just lets you write large pieces of text with predetermined shortcuts. So I've already set up quite a few myself, so that if it's something I'm writing all the time, I don't want to write it, the same every time. I just want to write the shortcut. I can get through my notes quite quickly. Now, just before I show you how to do it, I'm just going to show an example of if I saw a patient, for example, who had, say, up and up with just a standard sort of cold. They'd come in with the sniffly noses and sore throat, runny nose, that sort of thing. I had a look at them. They basically, apart from their runny nose, they had not much else wrong with their throat. Looked clear, their ears looked clear. I listened to their chest; it was normal. Their abdomen was soft and non-tender, and I think this person's got a cold. So the way I can document that quite quickly is with a bunch of shortcuts. So this is just to say that this person had symptoms of a sore throat. They had no medical history of note. And their examination, so they had normal vital signs. Their ENT, well, we said we can just get rid of the nil there. They had no RIA. Their respiratory system was normal. Their abdominal exam was normal. They did have a bit of cervical lymphadenopathy, but my impression was that they had upper respiratory tract infection. My management was what I say for everyone: rest, paracetamol, and fluids. But I did say to come back in case they had anything getting wrong, so I have a little thing there. So you can see I've written a whole page of notes in about 10 seconds. So how do you do this? Well, I think the best thing is for everyone to write their own shortcuts, because the way I write is probably not going to be the same that you write. So the easy way to do this, and just to show just an example, say I want to write a shortcut for rice for someone with a sprained ankle. Go to Tools, go to Auto Replace Settings. Now we want to do a new auto replace, so click on New, and the keyword we'll just say is rice, R-I-C-E. Now, just here for use by, I think we should just use your users only. So I'm just going to put myself as the only person to use this one, because you might write in a different way, and I think it's best we do our own. So I'm going to go rest, ice, compression, and elevation. I'll go save and then close. And so we just write down the end of this person's presentation. I'll just write rice and enter. You see it's just come up there. So this is going to speed up, the way we document so much more quickly. So try it out.